Hello, you beautiful people out there. I am actually streaming. This is not a joke. I am going to be playing this game probably for like the 100th time. It's my favorite game ever made. It's called Super Metroid. I don't know if you've ever heard of it. Hopefully we sound good. Yeah. This game is 30 years old now. And March 19th, 1994, it released in Japan. And then in the US about a month later in April, and Europe didn't get it until like July or something. But I'm gonna be trying to play this as fast as I can. You know, no run is perfect, so there might be some mistakes here and there, but I'll try to explain some tips and tricks along the way that I know. I'm not a speedrunner by any means, but let's just get right down into it. How are we sounding? We sound good? We sound all right? Seems like it's okay. Well, if there's any issues, feel free to let me know in chat, but I'm just going to get started. I've got some files here. There is a bit of a monologue at the start to recap the previous games.
The last Metroid is in captivity. The
I'll do my
is at peace.
I'll do my best to narrate this, but I do not sound like a woman, so. I first battled the Metroids on planet Zebes. It was there that I foiled the plans of the space pirate leader, Mother Brain, to use the creatures to attack galactic civilization. I wish the text would go a little faster. It's okay, Doof. Thanks for being here. If you fall asleep, that's alright. Thanks for being here. Hopefully it sounds okay. I next fought the Metroids on their homeworld, SR-388. I completely eradicated them except for a larva, which after hatching, followed me like a confused child. Doug! You can be a space pirate all you want. So these are the events of Metroid 1 and 2, obviously. Doug, how have you been? It's been quite some time, hasn't it? I personally delivered it to the Galactic Research Station at Zebes, so scientists could study its energy-producing qualities. We have no idea who this scientist is. He's just never seen from again. The scientists' findings were astounding. They discovered that the powers of the Metroid might be harnessed for the good of civilization. I usually have a file that takes place after this just because I don't want to do the intro again. Satisfied that all was well, I left the station to seek a new bounty to hunt. But I had hardly gone beyond the asteroid belt when I picked up a distress signal. Zebes Station was under attack. Doof, you can be a space pirate too. So here we are at the start of the game. Looks like we're running good. Looks like we're running good. Some bounty to hunt. I've been reading One Piece lately, so there's like all sorts of wanted posters and bounties on that. So here we are in Zebes Station. This is the start of the game. Obviously, just to get people comfortable with the controls and whatnot and how Samus moves. A lot of people say that Samus is very floaty in this game, and that is true, but I don't know. I mean, I just got used to it, because my first Metroid game was the NES one. Also, these are dead bodies. Rip to you, my dudes. But yeah, all I had was the NES one, so I mean, anything is better than that, right? The baby, 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 the baby. Oh no, it's Riddick. I mean Ridley. So I just get damage here. It is possible to beat him, but I just usually die to try to, you know, get it done with sooner. Also, Geeky wants to say hi. She's just standing menacingly behind me. So if I suddenly die, well, you know who is the most sus among us. I don't know what you're talking about. Doof says hi.
Hi, Doof. Hi, Doug. Hello. I don't know if you can hear me, but hello.
They can hear you.
Hi, Doug.
Doof wants you to co-commentate.
Okay, so Meta's gonna die. The end.
I will die someday.
Not before me.
No. You're older. Also, women have a longer lifespan. That's just a fact.
No. The shit that I eat, expect like 20 more years on me.
Alright, well, that prologue is done. A cameo has been had. And now we are in the main source of the game.
Did you know that Meta got me to try and play this?
Yeah,
I
why
made
don't,
it like halfway.
why don't you come closer and talk about it?
Okay, so Meta forced the controller in my hand. He said, go ahead and play this. I said, okay. And then I made it like halfway.
You made it a quarter way.
I'll take half.
But half is not a quarter.
But it does equal to a quarter. If you add more to it.
That's, I mean, whatever. So for this drop, I always count the number of platforms on the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then you move over to fall. I mean, I landed on that platform, so it wasn't a complete fall, but like I said, I'm not a speedrunner.
I mean, with those times you've recorded, I don't know. You seem pretty speedy to me.
So here we are in Lower Brinstar. This is a reference to the first game, obviously.
Well, alright. Wait, a little bit closer.
Yes. You have to be kind of close to it.
Like this. Ow.
Business as usual. You got a missile. So I've commonly said that the in-game timer is not the same as the real time, and that's because every door transition and every item jingle adds up, especially if you're going for 100%. So, yeah. I'm also not doing very good right now.
Oof.
But that's alright.
It's all good. You're making it. You're doing it. Also, can I talk about how based, today's playlist was?
You can talk about it.
Okay, so let me go ahead and grab out my handy dandy phone.
You should explain what it is for those who are uneducated.
Alright, y'all, so, here's down low. So, the pack chat has a music league that's full of, like, playlists from several different people that go ahead and submit songs based on a theme. And then this theme for the day was 2000 songs. Sorry, not the S there. But there was a bunch of stuffs, a bunch of like bass stuffs.
So Doof did a pre-listen react on her stream. Do you want to do a post-listen?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's see. So, first one was, I'm so sorry if I butcher this. Chie Necesito. I thought it was pretty good. I feel like it's probably a Cappy pick, if I'm gonna be like legit. I thought it was pretty good. Very Spanish-esque. I guess that's coming from the title of it. But I liked it. It was pretty good. The next one was G by Girls' Generation. So let's just say I am a fairly, I guess fairly decent K-pop listener. But this one made me think of the ProZD video. He did an edit of this song and just made me think of that one.
Oh, that's that song? I have heard that then.
Yeah.
That makes 8 songs I've heard. Also, hold that thought. We have a spooky guy. He's a spooky, scary skeleton. Not really.
Scary skeletons.
This is Torizo, and the strategy I have is to just kind of tank it. I don't rapidly fire. You can also shoot these orb things to get more missile. If you shoot too quickly, you'll waste some missiles because he's got some invincibility frames. But other than that, I just kind of tank it. And there we go. That's it. That's done.
Damn. Straight up like that.
And we are going to try. I'm going to try my best to do advanced technique. It saves you some time, but it's very tricky to pull off, and the reward is not very great. But it's called the Alcatraz escape. You basically wall jump out of this pit. And there you go. That's it. So it's possible to get out of that chamber without getting without using the bomb on the other side.
Ooh, good job, Meta.
Sometimes it takes me quite a long time to get that done.
Good job. But yeah, G by
It's
Girls'
buffering really hard.
Oh. Oh wait, yeah, it's stuck. Actually.
It looks
still
okay. It looks okay on my end, but I'm also recording this VOD, so it might also just be to how things get recorded in general.
Also, I'm not sure who's Girls' Generation. I have a feeling that it's Jinx.
How bad
But
is
it could
it?
also be Icicle.
Yeah, I'm watching the broadcast on my monitor. It looks okay. I pay like $100 for like the high quality internet, so I hope it's not my end. My computer is kind of slow though. So normally, if you try to go across here, you'll get stopped by these stoppy things, and you need the speed booster. But we're gonna make use of a technique to get past that. But basically, it's called the mock ball, and very briefly, you jump and you hold the A button, and then as soon as you touch the ground, you do a quarter circle movement in the direction you're going, and it lets you get past it. I like to explain it. It's like you hold the jump button and do a Hadouken when you touch the ground. That's the easiest way, because like you know what that means. You do down, forward, and then fire or whatever. I'm not a Street Fighter guy. But it's worth to try to do this skip because you get several missile upgrades at once. How do you see in Streamlabs if it's buffering like a lot?
Nice number. Nice.
Wow.
That's all I wanted to add. Carry on. Damn it, Meta, you got rid of the nice number.
The other benefit of doing this this skip is you get super missiles early. Normally you have to fight Spore Spawn, but this gets us more ammo. So that's cool.
Probably a Icicle or Jinx pick. G by Girls' Generation. It is a bop. It is a bop, and I will probably choose it. Alright, carrying on. Move Your Feet by Junior Senior. All I really remember from the song is it was on Just Dance. The song on Just Dance. Mid-game, I know. But brings back some good memories. Some good memories. Do you know who this could be, Meta?
Which one?
Move Your Feet by Junior Senior.
Nope.
I feel like it might be a Fanta pick. Sorry, Fanta, if it's not you.
So we are gonna attempt another skip. Normally, you have to go up and go fight the Spore Spawn. But you can actually like bomb your way through. Unfortunately, here is a super missile, but due to some sort of exploits, it's possible to use momentum of the screen to break it. We only have 5 tries, and we only have 5, so if we miss, then too bad. Doof, I'm down to do like an audio guide. I'm not good at explaining this one. It's like I look at these two twiddling things and kind of start here. There you go. So you see how the screen just vibrated like that? That means it worked.
Then we need to go and get some kind of alert whenever 69 pops up on our screen. Just a straight up 69.
Maybe one day in the year 2035 I'll become an affiliate, and then we can be a channel point reward where every time someone sees 69 they're rewarded, and I have to say nice. But yeah, we have these super missiles, and so what this skip allows us to do is just completely skip Spore Spawn. He's a little boss up above, a little plant guy, minding his own business. But because we got the super missiles he guards, we don't even need to fight him. Which I am surprised I got that first try, because I am not very good at it. This is actually a fairly decent run. I'm taking my time a little bit with trying to explain certain things, or you know, not going for like super high records or anything, but. And here we have the charge beam. Oh dear. Who's? I can't believe I'm getting botted. I didn't want to have a pause here, but here. Here you go, Doof. You are now a mod.
Woo, congratulations, Doof!
Let's see. Yes, I know how Twitch works. Okay, there. Alright. Sorry about that. I totally know what I'm doing with Twitch. Anyway, after that little sidetrack, so we are going to continue our way into Brinstar.
Also, I gotta say, for the next one, which is The Night by Disturbed, 110% verve. 110% is literally from the comment that he left.
Oh, I need to make sure I don't actually die. So this room right here is called New Bridge because if you walk across, you fall. And so people ask, how do you get through here? They forget that there's a run button. If you press the B button, you can just run across. But something else that you can do is that mock ball technique. We'll see if I can do it.
Can he do it?
I can do it, but there's literally no point to it. Because you can already, like, run across it.
Nice.
So there you go. I'm gonna try to go up here to get power bombs first. It doesn't really matter, personally. Also, I'm almost dead, so that's like something I have to be careful for, because it's very easy to die in this part. Oof. Alright, so I'm not gonna go up there actually because I'm almost dead. But it's no matter. Because right here is an energy recharge. This is this is Red Brinstar. The song here is very iconic. It's been used in a lot of Metroid games, including Prime 2 and Samus Returns on the 3DS. But if we go up here, you can just wall jump to get the Spazer Beam, which is in this green door over here. And there we go. Now we it's easy to miss, and it's not even really required or anything. It's just kind of there. But I like to get it early because it's possible, you know? This pipe we can't do anything about right now, but veteran players will know it's very ominous. So down here leads to Norfair, but we're not going to go down there because there's this spooky ladder that we can't reach. Some people bomb jump. To bomb jump, you kind of got to get the timing right. I'm not good at it because I don't really need to bomb jump. But honestly, you can just run. There's like a frame there's like a frame that you can just wall jump off of it. It's easier if you use a super missile to hit all of these blocks there. But there you go. You don't even need to spend time bomb jumping. So that's definitely the most optimal way. I think this pro speedrunners, they will like shoot all 3 of the super missile blocks and get a long running to go across. You're welcome, Doof. You're like a mod on all of our circle friends and their channels. This will be 100% run, so I will try to explain when necessary. But other times I'm just gonna I just kind of go by instinct based on like route. Up here is another missile. Oops, not there. Ah. Up here is another energy recharge and missile recharge, but I don't. The thing about getting like fast time, it's all about It's all about routing. So the more you can minimize redundant doors or redundant rooms, that's how you can be fast. So if you don't need a recharge, don't go to recharge. If you don't need a map, don't get the map. But oh my god, it's great! It takes up 5 screens. 5! It's so big. You're not a mod on PAX or Icicle? Huh. Well, PAC doesn't stream anymore, so it's okay. Ooh. I don't usually land 2 hits on a single mouth, but there you go. He's defeated. Getting an extra super missile pack early on really does help. And our reward is the Varia suit, or Varia suit, however you want to say it. It's the warm suit, because you can not be dying of heat stroke. Actually, can you get heat stroke if you're not by the sun? I mean, I guess they have like saunas and stuff that you can get heat stroke in. This guy died from something. What was he doing there anyway? Also, I believe the SAX sprite infusion is just straight up this one. But with that, we can go back down into Norfair. This room here looks like it has nothing. But right here is an energy tank. So it's here to showcase that even though it looks like there's nothing, there might be something. So we'll make sure to get the somethings wherever we can. I mean, I have the benefit of knowing where everything is, but I think one of the biggest things that appealed to me about this game is just how like it felt like the developers to let you bend the rules a little bit, and then you make your own discoveries from doing that. So every time you replay, you might find a new secret or a faster way. But here we are in Norfair. We are going to make use of the mock ball technique once again. And just like that, we can go into this room without the speed booster. I would say it's worth getting a skip into here. It doesn't really matter when you come here. Like, most people get the high jump boots first, but I just get the ice beam first. Just because that's the first room when you drop down. But now we can freeze things. That was a bit flashy, but if we had power bombs, we could go down below, but we don't. So we're just gonna head out. I am a little bit careless when it comes to taking damage, but sometimes if you want to be quick, you just have to ignore enemies. We'll definitely come into this room, though, to make use of this energy tank. Woo! Energy tank! Also on the right is another iron door, which only can be broken when all enemies are defeated. I like to shoot it first, because on the return trip, you might have to wait a little bit. It doesn't really matter, but well, now we have the high jump boots. You know, some people have a mommy kink or like a dom They want a strong woman to step on them. I am not that, but the reason I bring it up, well, if people have that kind of thought about Samus, do they want her to be wearing a metal boot? Do they want her to wear the high jump boots? Do they want her to have her heels and like smash at the jetpack thing? What is the nature of that sort of thing?
Are you sure you don't have that kink?
You would know.
I would know.
Well, then you know I don't.
Well, I mean, it's happened before.
Well, I don't really feel anything from it, so I don't know what to tell you. So for one of the missiles, for 100%, you have to go down into this, there's one right here in this lava. You technically could get the gravity suit and then be immune to this lava, but I just take the little bit of damage and get it early, because I don't really care. Because I don't want to have to come back to this room just for a single missile. Ah! That's not so bad. That's not so bad. So, the main reason I personally get the ice beam first is because I like to get up to this side here, and it's a little hard for me to bomb jump because it's just such a long vertical space, and it takes a long time to bomb jump too. But with the ice beam, I can just freeze the enemy and then jump on board. Oh boy. Ah, boy. So right here is our second reserve tank. I don't know what their intended order for collecting these are, but we have 2 of them now because of the other skip. And you have to shoot a little thing to get this missile here. A lot of people would just skip it, and they wouldn't even be mistaken for it. But it's there, so if you're getting 100%, you gotta get it. Oh boy. I'm just taking all sorts of damage. Of course, we can come over here. Oh dear, I didn't mean to kill him. Oh boy, come here. Ta-da! If you're ever in a pinch, you can come to these things where the enemies will respawn and collect some energy. And actually, in the first Metroid game, you would have to do that. And whenever you die, you only get 30 HP. So if you have 6 energy tanks, that's like 600 HP, and you die, you have to grind all the way back up, and it's miserable. But also, there's a missile here that is easily missed. But it's good to get it while you can, because there's no reason to come back to this room otherwise. And here we have the speed booster. It's a little asteroid ship looking icon. Which, by the way, speaking of asteroids, if you've never had the chance to go to like an arcade and see a real cabinet of asteroids, you should at some point. It's really amazing, the technology. The game itself is not the best, but it uses vector graphics, so it's a very bright light. And it looks very cool, but also makes me feel like I'm gonna go blind. And we're gonna go over here and get the wave beam. I've been doing this method of getting the wave beam for so long, I don't even really know what the devs intend you to do. I think they intend you to go without the wave beam and then go get power bombs and then come back for the grapple beam and then go back out again? It doesn't make sense. I have tried like just jumping across without wall jumping, but it doesn't seem to work. You could theoretically shine spark if you do a technique called the short charge, which basically, the short charge is basically when you tap the run button, you can have the speed booster happen faster than normal, but I don't know how to do that. Well, we got all the stuff in this corner. And you might notice that we went up to get that stuff. I think you're intended to go down and around in like a little loop-de-loop, but I don't do that just because I don't really like that room very much. And hey, if you make it so you don't have to go to a room, then more power to you. The real trick to this game is routing. I guess I never really explained how to beat Crate when I fought him, but he's kind of easy. I mean, you can just watch the clip. You shoot his mouth, and then you shoot into his mouth. And then you jump, and that's basically it. But our next stop is over here. Over here in this room is another energy recharge if you need it, but look like I'm okay right now. Hi, Geek. I know you. And here we have another boss. This is Crocomire. When he waves his hand like that, it means he's gonna try to spit out, but see, he's waving his arms like that, so he's gonna try to spit out projectiles at the top. But there he's just moving back, so we just keep the charge beam going, move a little bit, keep it held, and stay ready to fire. Not get too close. So he's moving his arms there, so I know he's gonna shoot stuff. You can see there, he shot me. Oh my gosh. And that's all there is to it. And we're not even gonna watch him die. Yes, I know you, Geek. You will have to take damage going back this way, though. You're intended to get the grapple, use the grappler, but I don't have it. You could also shine spark. But here we are. Oh no, he's gonna attack us. Ah! He's nothing but a bunch of dry bones now. So the reason I don't go up in Brinstar too often to get power bombs early is because you can actually just jump. Also, you missed a nice number of my missiles. You missed your chance, Geek. Well, now it's not there anymore. You could have acknowledged it. For this part, I cling to the right because there is another pickup here. Yeah, I'm sure it'll show up again. It always finds a way. Oh, hang on, am I dead? hang on 1 second, folks. I'm gonna refresh my browser just to make sure we are still good, because it looks like this stream is quite behind. I am recording this, so it will be okay. I'm okay? Alright, that's fine. It's just the internet then. Chrome is an absolute memory hog. I actually use both Chrome and Firefox, but yeah, Chrome really stinks sometimes. But if you say I'm good, then that's good. We shall continue. Right here, we're gonna use the power bombs to clear some space. You actually have to use power bombs for that. Oops. We're gonna try this again. And there you have it. There's another missile right here. I think the intended method is to use the grapple beam on that fish-looking creature. Random question, go for it. Just keep in mind, you have to be Twitch terms of service friendly. I saw some people suggest that to use the Y button to toggle your weapons instead of select, and I actually think that sounds like a brilliant idea, but I have not done so. Sometimes using select to toggle back and forth takes a while to get used to. Where do I see myself 10 years from now? I will be old. I will be old in my mid-30s. But I'm sure that we will have done lots of stuff by then. Assuming the planet doesn't blow up or something, which that's kind of a downer. But with that, I think we are wrapping up. We're wrapping up this trip down into Norfair. We're completely done for now. We will have to come back later, but not for some time. We'll live on Mars. You know, that would be cool. There actually is a ROM hack called like Super Metroid Redux or something, which fixes a lot of the control issues that some people have. Like it provides item toggling, kind of like Zero Mission, and does some other things. Like makes it so you don't have to hear the item jingle every single item. But I like the item jingle. We're going back up to Brinstar, and people don't know this. I didn't know it at first. It took me quite a while. But for 100%, you actually have to go back to Crate for a minute. Sounds stupid, and it kind of is, but this is the main reason people go up to get power bombs too. It's just so they don't have to come back to Crate. They can just get the power bombs and deal with it earlier. If I could choose another character to represent myself, what would I be? Well, my Discord profile picture has been Morgana for like a long time now, so I guess that, but it's hard to say. There's been a couple other characters I've used to represent myself, but I don't have any like big ones now. Maybe I'll make my own game and write myself as the best one, completely invincible and Mary Sue and all that sort of thing. We'll also destroy this pipe while we're at it. We don't have to go to Maridia right now, but we might as well since we're here. But yes, you can use the power bomb to destroy the glass. It's Galarian Ponyta? You know, I could be a Ponyta, damn it. The Galarian Ponyta looks like cotton candy, which... alright, it's hot take time. I don't really like cotton candy. This doesn't vibe with me, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to all the cotton candy lovers there. I will eat it if someone hands it to me, but I'm never like thrilled about it. I'm never like, hey guys, let's get some cotton candy. I know, hot take for me, I know. You would know, because like we've been to like the fair and stuff, and I never eat the cotton candy. I know why people like it, because like the feeling of having it dissolve in your mouth is like satisfying, but not for me. It's just too sticky for my liking, I guess. Cotton candy's fun to eat off a stick. That's fair enough. A soft, fluffy pink. I mean, I don't know. I just don't vibe with it. That's all. People have different things they like and don't like, and cotton candy's one of them for me. So other people have a beef with pineapple. I don't, but you know, not naming any names. But if you want to say something for yourself, you can. I also will defend pineapple on pizza, but, you know, I don't actually buy pineapple on pizza, because then I would just be the only one that eats it. Also, like, I grew up eating pineapple pizza a lot, and when I lived with my mom, she'd get it a lot. It was like every week almost, or like maybe even less than that, or like more. So, I don't know. I haven't had it in a while just because maybe I got sick of it. Also, my taste buds are a little bit better, so it's like, I like having the ham there too. I don't like just the pineapple with it. Not the only thing that's fun to eat off a stick. Wow, okay. Okay. We'll allow that. Oh my gosh. Also, you're talking about popsicles, right? Like pineapple flavored popsicles? Also, since the last time we streamed, I figured out how to fix the audio so I could actually hear the game too, which is nice. We got a thing, a power bomb. And you actually should use it now, because there's a hidden thing back here with another missile. So many of the items in this game is like, there's no way you would know it's there, unless you know. I mean, I guess you could use the X-ray visor, which, yeah, we have the X-ray visor now. That's to see hidden things, but I don't really use it too much. There is one instance where the X-ray visor fails miserably, and it's like the biggest flaw of this game. At least I think, in terms of design. The entire map layout has so much thought and care put into it, but just one instance where it's like, duh, how could you do that? And we'll get to that. It's not for some time. We're gonna go up and above, though. Actually, I think I forgot to get something down there, so we're gonna go back down. But before we do, we're gonna break that power bomb door. I can't believe I just blatantly disregarded another door. That's unfortunate. It's been a good run overall in some other instances. Like, I did the Alcatraz trick quickly, and I did the some other things. This room is easy to die in if you go for power bombs first, because there's these guys that do a lot of damage. We use a power bomb, we get a power bomb. That's how we do things here. And you have to make sure all of those hoppity guys are dead before you can leave. Because there's an iron door there. And here we're gonna go back up. And now we're really gonna move on. See how much progress you can make when you don't flub things like I do. We're also gonna play it safe and go refill our ammo at the ship. Just to be safe, you know, you never know. But while we're here, we can make use of another trick. Let's see if I can pull it off. And there we go. Over in here is another power-up. Sometimes it's faster to use the space jump, and other times you might not have speed boosters, so you will have to bomb jump. It really depends on what items you have and whatnot, but with our current state, the fastest route is to just use the Shine Spark. And since that wasted quite a bit of health, let's just heal up again. No harm in doing so. You might also know that not saving the game, I don't actually know if it has any effect on the in-game timer or not. I'm assuming it doesn't, but it also means that if I die, well, I guess that's just it. The run's just over. It would be very anticlimactic. I could use the Switch Rewind feature, but I don't really want to do that. I know I've paused the game at some points, which some speedrunners would say that invalidates a run, but you know, it is what it is. Got another missile. Whoa, missiles! Oh boy. Yeah, here's the thing. Moving in water, kind of slow right now, but that's okay because we don't need water. A while I mentioned the short charge trick. We're gonna attempt it to pull off something cool. And there you go. You don't even have to bother jumping. That wasn't actually the short charge. There's like different layers to it, like depending on how much you press the button on a certain frame. But for now, I'll take that. We take the wins where we can get them. This power-up is, there's a super missile over here. It's easier to get when you haven't beat Fantoon because you can step on the spikes with no consequence. So that's what I'm gonna do. Other than that, though, you're kind of out of luck. There's a lot of other ones to get that we just can't right now. Oh my gosh, I am making all sorts of flubs. This is the wrecked ship, though. A lot of people speculate that this is the same ship as the one in Zero Mission that you take down. And I don't actually know if that's true, though. Oh my gosh, it's spooky flames! Oh no! Spooky flames! This is Fan 2, an alien ghost. They should do ghosts more often in this series, but I'm not the designer. I don't get to call the shots on what kind of monsters get created. So the thing about Fantoon is using super missiles, it takes longer because of his... He does like a supercharged attack. It takes a while for him to get out of it. So I just use regular missiles, and then I try to hit a super missile at the ending one. But you can shoot these flames to try to heal yourself. Come on, dude. You should show up already. That was a good one. If you hold the charge beam, you have what's called a pseudo screw attack, which can protect you from the flames. Especially when he does his big attack. So if you get caught in that, then you should hold your charge beam. Starting to weaken. You can see because he's getting discolored. He looks weak enough that maybe we can get away with using a super missile. There we go. We killed a ghost! But as we all know from Super Mario 64, ghosts can't die. They just disappear, that's all. They produce blue coins. In any event, that is the second major boss defeated. So we shall be moving on. The ship is much more lively now. There's electrical circuits that are broken. We shall be getting more stuff. Ta-da! You have to be careful of the green sparks because those are dangerous. But maybe we can go over here. And we can go over here. Sometimes it's hard for me to remember which ones are breakable because they all look kind of similar and there's a lot of them. But that's all right. And here we go, another super missile. Oh my goodness. We're getting a lot of items right now. That's the main thing. We will come over here too. This route normally wraps around to Maridia, which we're not going to go this way, but like not all the way through. You do have to be careful of these spikes because they do a lot of damage. The ones that are on the ground don't do as much as the ones that slam down, so that's something to keep in mind as well. This is an energy tank over here. That's a little dangerous if you don't have the gravity suit. We'll do our best. And there you have it. Below this water on this side are a lot of spikes. So spikes that do a lot of damage combined with Samus not being able to move well underwater, you get a recipe for taking a lot of hits. But hey, that's just a theory. It's actually not a theory, but... Also, I think MatPat's, like, retirement thing happened. I didn't pay any attention to it, other than, like, his initial announcement. But... I used to watch a lot of game theory, as most people of our, demographic. Rip his YouTube career. He's still gonna be like popping in every once in a while or being involved on a small scale, but yeah, I mean he's been doing it for a while. I think this is a save room, so I don't think that's needed. I liked my fair share of film theory too. But you know, sometimes you just get older and grow out of things. It's nothing personal. We're gonna shoot all these enemies. This is a room where there's iron doors on all sides. So you have to have the question of when do you want to break them? Like like just once for defeating all the enemies? It's like I could shoot that one. And I shot that one too, and now the next time I come in this room, I don't have to kill all the enemies, I can just skip them. Which one was faster? You tell me. Here we're just shooting some of these big mech guys. They're probably inspired by like R2-D2 or something, because they look like little dome robots. Who built them anyway? And who's responsible for maintaining them? You're telling me a ghost can handle machinery? They can't touch anything. Oh, he can pass through walls because he's a ghost, but he can't hold a screwdriver? Anyway, we're gonna just skip all these guys. Because I said so. We're back outside in Crateria, but we're in an upper level. And this is a kind of an interesting one. Nope, that was too early. Can I jump on that? No, I cannot. There's a pickup like right up there. Come on. Alright, that's fine. You can just shine spark upward to get this thing, but that's fine, we got it. Hey, Geeky, what's up? I've been seeing that. You watched a lot of MatPat too. What was your favorite MatPat video? What is my next cosplay? I don't know. We'll have to talk about it. I did buy that Monado replica, so I guess Shulk is in the picture at some point. I should probably be a little bit more careful. You trying to web member? That's fine. I'm sure it'll come to you at some point. We're just gonna grapple along here. In this statue, we actually get to put ourselves in a little ball. Your first one was about Rosalina's mom. You know that video, he theorized that Peach was Rosalina's mom. Then again, she is the mother of stars, so, I mean, it's kind of an honorary title. Do you think she names all of the Lumas? And if so, does she remember all the names? Or do they have like serial numbers? Or do they just like cycle through a list, like they go through all the different constellations, and then it's like they run out, so then it's like, all right, you get to be Beetlejuice number 1, and then you get to be Beetlejuice number 500. We have our 3rd reserve tank. There's 1 in each of the major areas, but we have 3 of them now, so there's only 1 left. I could do math. I would hope of anybody that I could do math, because that's kind of one of my things. Here we have the gravity suit, which makes us able to move in water. Also, it's purple, which looks very cool. It's like, in this game, it looks like a light purple color. They made it a darker purple in future installments. But we can indeed move through water now, though. Ta-da! I guess right now we could go do some cleanup. I usually do cleanup at the end, but you could do it at the start, or sometimes there's other different ways you could do it. Yeah, I'll do cleanup on the way back. We're gonna go back down. We're gonna go down this way. Oh dear. There's like a lot of energy tanks in Brinstar we have not gotten yet, but we're just gonna ignore them for now. Doug! That was almost 3 years ago? Wow. I think you're right, because when we did that stream, we were in our old apartment. That's ridiculous. I'm glad we could all learn geography together, though. And you know what? I'm gonna say it. Mario was missing. It wasn't bad. All right. It was fine. It could have been way worse. Now, Mario's time machine. That is another story altogether. My consoles are not set up really for streaming anymore. I've swapped the cables, because whenever I have this like really shitty AC adapter, or not AC, it was like an AV to HDMI thing, which just awful. I mean, I could have all my consoles on a HDMI, but now they're just using a regular AV cable. But it means I can't stream on SNES hardware anymore. But one of the reasons I did so is, A, the quality's better with just like a regular cable, what it's designed for. Who would have thought? And also, like, even if I did, my controller and my consoles and my computer on opposite sides of the room, so none of my game controllers have long enough cords. But it's all good. I'm sure someone out there would say, why don't you just emulate it? And I certainly can, and probably maybe would. But here we are in Maridia. Now, Maridia is usually where most people quit, because people don't like Maridia very much, and it's alright. Even if you know what you're doing, there's some parts of it that are not the best. There's some redundancy. So for this pickup, what we're trying to do is we're gonna do another shine spark. And the tell for it... Oh, I didn't get it that time. There's a specific spot that's like a key giveaway. Hopefully I have enough energy to be able to do it. Because in this game, doing a shine spark does damage. Maridia is tight. It is tight. This leaf right there. There's a little leaf right there in the foreground. That's the perfect spot to shine spark. because then you go straight up for this missile. And then let's see. Let's go over here. These red space pirates you can't do anything about right now. But yes, that was indeed a hidden wall we just ran through. Woo, missile! Woo! You can wall jump and just use the grapple beam there, but we're gonna summon this little turtle guy. Come on, buddy. Oh, there you go. Ta-da! So, you have a game for me today? Yes, sir, I do. It's called Super Metroid. Oh, really? What's it about? Well, here's the thing. We can't remember Metroid? Yeah. We're gonna do that, but better. Sounds great. Yeah, we're gonna define a genre with this game. Sounds pretty fun. And then we're gonna call it Metroidvania. What? Metroidvania, that's right. Why? I don't know. Okay. There you go. That's my pitch perfect idea. Yeah, pitch meeting thing. If for some reason Ryan George ever decides to watch this stream or the VOD, I would suggest he does game ones. Right? That would be so fun. You could do so many different punchlines. I watched Sakurai's channel where he talks about games, and the way he showed like some of his pitches, like how he made different like game prototypes, not really prototypes, but like how he like pitched games, and it was quite impressive. He like had like a huge PowerPoint. He pitched a Smash Ultimate with PowerPoint, and he made it not suck. He answered a Q&A for video game pitch meetings. What did he say about it? Too much time commit. That's fair. I mean, one movie enough is like good enough, and he's doing like all the skits and stuff too. I wonder if he'd be flattered or like upset if somebody decided to do the idea for him. It would depend on how it's done, I guess, because if you just steal his idea and his jokes, that's like, I don't know. Like, I'm doing it now as a joke. I just did it, but I don't know if I'd make a series out of it. I'd want to like try to put my own spin on it, you know? I guess I should probably be explaining some of the hidden power-ups I'm getting, but I'm just on autopilot, really, at this point. There's like hidden power-ups everywhere.
Explain it.
I mean, I don't know what there is to explain. I just showed it.
You should explain further.
Well, I don't have anything to explain other than there's a door, there's a hidden wall here.
There you go. Go more further into explaining.
It kind of just happened.
Yeah.
All right, I've been explaining.
Have you?
Yeah.
No.
Also, Geeky's here to cause havoc.
I like causing havoc whenever you're streaming.
Which is
Just
not
our
very often.
symbiosis.
It's not very often, you know.
I know.
So for this, there's a pickup right here you have to shine spark for. And it's a missile. Woo! Woo-wee! That's it. That's all hootenanny here. But also there's a super missile there, and if you just walk, you'll fall. So you gotta jump. And if you fall, you gotta shine spark again. So if we go over here down below, there's 2 sand pits, one there and one further ahead. They both have items, so you have to do that twice. But now is not the best time to get them. I've got a bit of a strategy for them, let's say. The reason it's not a good idea to do it right now is because we don't have the space jump. It's a lot quicker to go into pits down there if you do, and also after you beat Dragon. But right here we have our first mini boss. Normally he'd be the second, but we skipped Spore Spawn. You can use super missiles or the charge beam. I like to use the charge beam because it's easier to hit. Might not be faster, but I'll try to aim a couple super missiles. And there you go, he's down. He is down! That wasn't so bad. We're also gonna jump up here for some energy tank business. Business! All of those blocks below are speed booster blocks, but since we were up there, I just decided to use the morph ball bombs. Those are Metroid clones. They're basically imposter Metroids. Failed attempts to make them. But see, we're already almost done with Maridia. I mean, we have a couple more items to get, but this is like the build up to the boss. So that's very cool. Oh, we fell. Alright, that's fine. We'll just do this first. So, Dragon. There are 2 ways to beat him. I'm gonna do the method that's cooler. So we start by breaking these electrical cabinet things. And you will take damage for this method, so that's something to keep in mind. But here's the dragon little babies. They're swarming around. And so what you normally have to do is you have to shoot his stomach. He's very scary. Very scary. Occasionally. It's hard to hit him when he's moving fast like that, but he shoots these little spiderweb looking things. But for this method, we're gonna let ourselves get captured. And we're gonna hold on the direction that we're facing, so I'm holding down the right side. And it looks like I might have missed, actually. Oh boy, this is not good. It's easier for me to do this if we're facing to the left. So hopefully we don't die, because dying would be bad, especially right now. Let's see how this turns out. Oh, he does a lot of damage. And there you go. That took longer than I would have liked, just because we missed the first round going up, but there you go. You let yourself get captured and use the grapple beam into the thing, and he's down. Apparently, you can also kill him with a shine spark by doing the short charge method, but I've never been able to do that, and probably will never. But here we have the spice jump. Woo-wee! It allows us to jump infinitely. The timing's a little awkward, but that's alright. I always think of it as like as soon as you hit the peak of your jump and you're falling down just a little bit, that's when I hit it. Doesn't always work, but it's good when it happens. Sometimes I wall jump anyway, even if I have the space jump, just because that's how it is sometimes. Oops. So now the main question is, how do we get the rest of the stuff in Maridia in the most time-efficient manner? First, let's not get hit by that. Alright, well, we're just gonna take all sorts of damage. So normally, it shows you that door up there, this door right here, as like, oh look, you can go through here now because it's flashing, but we're actually going to ignore it. The reason we're going to ignore it, made very clear. But the second thing we're going to do is go back through here. I should have prepared a speed booster in the other room, but I didn't. But we're going to let ourselves fall here. And once we let ourselves fall, we're going to come back into this room that has these little snail-looking creatures. But this is the right time to get these items. I like to do the first one because you get spat out more on the right side. Missile, woo! Doof, if you're awake, have you listened to the playlist yet? We got a power bomb. So now we're gonna let ourselves drop here too. But we actually want to go over here because there is a completely optional item. I mean, a lot of items are optional because there's like several different missile expansions, but this is an actual upgrade. You haven't, cause sleepy? Oh, I was gonna ask what you thought of it. You haven't, But that's alright. I'm sure you'll listen to it and it'll be fun. This guy, you have to use a power bomb to let him break these sand blocks. There's not a lot I can do other than just let him go. Also, man, has it only been an hour and a half? Crazy. I thought it would be longer. It's okay, Doof. I just asked if you were, because I wanted to know if you listened to it or not. I haven't listened to it either. I have to listen after this stream, or tomorrow morning. We'll see. But if we come into here, we have the spring ball, which lets us jump as Morph Ball. I know what my favorite song is. It's the one I submitted. It's not actually the one I submitted. I don't actually know what my favorite song is. I don't really have a favorite song. I have favorite songs or artists, but we have the spring ball, so now we can. I mentioned before there was two sand pit things, items, and initially I thought the only way to get them was to go around multiple times. But with this method, all you have to do is go over here, straight back up through this pipe. And we have to do this anyway, because over here we will get another item that is not required but very helpful, especially for one of the mid-bosses. Ta-da! I feel bad for all the Europeans who are asleep right now. That they're missing a meta stream. I remember I streamed this game like a couple years ago and I forgot the plasma beam and then I died and it was really embarrassing. So we are making a point to get the plasma beam. We got it. Of course, it's still possible we die for something else, but I'm gonna hope that doesn't happen. Who knows at this rate? The plasma beam is much stronger than the other weapons. But now that we have it, we can actually go back the way we came to some extent. For you see, over here is this room with these flower creatures. But this is leading to something, I promise. You're giving me a lot of super missiles again. Which is fine. We could always use super missiles. The normal missile recharges do not use do not carry super missiles. But also, we're in this room again. The room I said we weren't going to go that way, we came back out of. We're going to drop back down again. Although now I have a plasma beam, I probably could have killed those wall-looking creatures. Which, actually, a lot of these enemies show up in Metroid Prime. Like, it's easy to forget that. But those puffer guys, they're the ones that are in Bagmore that spit out gas when you fight them. They don't spit out gas in this game, which I don't really know how they would pull that off. We are back. We're in this other room now. And this one is hard to get without the spring ball. But we got our final reserve tank. So there's a maximum of 4. What are the reserve tanks? Well, they're responsible for that orange auto arrows that are at the top. But if you get max energy and collect more, your reserve tanks will be filled, or they'll start to be filled. And then if you die, you have some extra energy. There's also other ways to recover your energy, like the crystal flash, which is a hidden technique, but I know how to do it, but I don't have a need for it right now and don't want to take damage just for the purpose of demonstrating it. But you basically have nothing in your reserve tanks. You have under 50. You have to have at least 10 missiles, 10 super missiles, and 11 power bombs. And then what you do You select the power bombs, hold L and R down, L, R, and down, then use the bomb, and then you keep holding the shoot button as well, and then you get healed. Which was a lot of technical jargon just to explain it, so it sounds like a big info dump, because it is. Anyway, we are done with Maridia. So we are going to go back into Norfair. And this time we don't have to use the Mach Ball because we have the speed booster. Over here in this room, there's a missile right there in the wall, right above. And normally this room you'd kind of just drop, so it's easy to miss. This is one where I was like, what? Why would they? Like, there's been several instances where like, why is there power up there? But that one was, when I saw it, it was like, that was the most like, why is that there? But if we speed boost through here, we have the Crocodile room. That goes down goes to Crocodile. We're gonna ignore him. And we will take this energy now because it's here. Why not? Always could use some healing if it's right there. Dun dun dun, a very ominous room. But with the gravity suit, we can survive this type of lava with gray, orange, and murky. And we shall enter Ridley's lair. Ooh, spooky! I do think it's a clever change. They made Kraid's lair the same as the original. It's like a Easter egg, and then they changed Ridley's to be more like him. Because in the NES game, they're all the same. But here we have the theme of ancient Norfair, which is the same as in Magmor Caverns in Prime. Fun fact: you can actually bomb jump to this theme. That's the timing. In the background, there's like a very huge tick-tock noise. Yo, MCS, how's it hanging? I hope you enjoy your time sleeping, but thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. I have been streaming for an hour and a half, but we're like 75% through the game. So that's what's been happening. Oh dear, I used that too early. Oh well. The lava below is bubbly and you do take damage, even with the gravity suit. So, this missile is awful, because all of these blocks are drop blocks. So if you miss it, you have to go all the way back around. Whoo! That's close. Sounded like a real streamer. I'm trying. I am definitely not the most professional. We're also gonna try to do this other technique. Oh gosh, that's a boss. Yeah, you can wait. There's a super missile here. It's kind of awkward to get before you fight Torizo. But this guy is the golden Torizo, and he can catch your super missiles. See, he just caught that and he threw it at me. So, for this guy, my technique is to just use the plasma beam with charge shots and then kind of take it. Which is easier said than done. And there you have it. He's done. What a jump scare. I'm using the Audio Technica mic, yes. And I also am using my Audio Technica headphones. I have a new pair that Geeky got me for Christmas because my old ones were just not having it. I also have figured out that in Streamlabs you can downplay to mono, so that's what I've done to make sure that, because sometimes my audio interface can make it a bit awkward, where the whole, oh, it's only in one ear, it's only in my left ear, or it's only in my right ear. I know why that happens. Also, why am I shooting that? I just got the screw attack. You can just jump right through it. Geeky is back to cause terror. Run for your lives.
I just want to say one thing.
What?
Who's still here?
I don't know.
Hi, son.
You happy?
Hi, son.
Audio Technica? Is this a singing stream now? I don't know what my vocal range is. So you can shoot this wall up here to get some more items. When she's had choir since, like, she was in choir, that was her thing. Also, for this pickup, all of these are breakable, except for this one. So we got this hidden missile. She's gonna go. Bye, bye. Thanks for stopping by. But we actually don't want to go down. We want to go back the way we came, because that's a waste of time. That's the thing about streaming. You say words, and then you realize the words are different from how you think of them. And I've definitely been guilty of hearing one or two people say a word and be like, I've never heard anyone say it like that. But our goal here now is to go and kill Ridley. Why am I shooting them? I could just use the screw attack. My gosh. A YouTube video? I will check it out later. Mispronouncing YouTuber names your whole life? That sounds very fun. I'll have to watch that. Oh my gosh. So something about this is you use a power bomb to destroy this middle statue, but there's actually a hidden alcove right here with more power bombs. Who would have ever thought of that? The same guy who did the Studio Ghibli one? I think I remember that. I've seen his videos around. So these guys are invulnerable to everything, but what I like to do is I stand on these little 3 blocks right here, and that gets them to be exposed. And same for this one. They seem, for some reason, these 3 blocks are the ones that I remember to frickin' get rid of them. But they're gone now. They were guarding man-carrying thing. Yeah, I've seen him. He does some funny videos. Now, I don't have a lot of energy tanks to fight Ridley with, so hopefully we don't need to do anything drastic. It's like a white Pro ZD. You know what? That gives off a vibe entirely, yes. Ridley, he has, I've looked up his stats. I think it's like a lot of super missiles. Oh boy. It's important to try to make sure that every super missile doesn't get wasted, which I've already wasted quite a lot. But he's all right. We're making a good case. If we can keep him in this loop, that's. Oh boy. You were supposed to just bounce back and forth, dude. He killed my entire family. Oh dear. You know, it's a good thing that Samus never had a dog, because that'd be like 100 times scarier than John Wick. Alright, we're out of super missiles, so let's just try to spam him. I don't know how much is in the reserve tank, so hopefully it's enough if we need it. Okay, that's not great. Oh, we have plenty. I really don't want to die now, because that would be embarrassing. Thanks for the dude. Oh, there you go. I've never seen him die like that. Normally he always grabs onto you and then it's like, no, I grabbed you, but I'm dying. But there we go. Oh no, it's a cracked canister. Oh no. The baby Metroid has turned into the Ninja Turtle ooze. Well, there we go. We did technically die, but it wasn't a real death because of our very fortunate reserve tanks. But that's really gone. All the major bosses are now defeated. So from this state, from this point in the game, the only thing left is to get the rest of the items that we're missing and beat the game. So that's what we're gonna do. Also 69, nice. I have to mention it. It's in my contract. These guys we can just ignore again. And yes, you can just use the frickin' spring ball to get through that pretty quickly, instead of waiting for the spike droppy thing. Woohoo! You missed a nice number, it'll show up again, don't you worry. It always finds a way. Whew. Lots of stuff here. So first of all, it's a big alligator-looking rock. And we're gonna defeat the, we're gonna just walk right through here. And we got another energy tank. How about that? Now, a while ago, I said there's one point in this game that's a very big design flaw. The only spot in the entire game that's problematic. And the reason I say that is because the X-ray visor fails right here. If I use it, if I use it, it looks like there's nothing over there. If this was a wall that I could walk through, then this would be blank. It would be nothing. But as you can see, you can just go through it anyway. Now, how are you supposed to know that? The whole time you've been like, oh, That's not a real... That's a wall, because the X-ray visor said so. At what point do you just start being like, you know what? I'm just not going to listen to the X-ray visor. I'm just going to walk through walls. I don't even remember how I found that, because I was stuck for so long trying to figure it out. So if it's your first playthrough and you make the same mistake and you can't figure out how to get out, I know. I'm with you. I've had it happen too. You have another power bomb. Whew. There's not a whole lot left. So I'm going to try to pick this up as quick as I can. But there is another item here that we can make a bomb. We can hop on over for one more missile. But with that, I think that's all the items in Norfair. It's done. Norfair has been cleared out. Maridia has been cleared out. Wreck ship has been cleared out. So the only thing left is the stuff in Brinstar that we didn't get before. There we go. Silly me. It was just a shooty block. What are you doing, dog? That's not a cover. Our dog is very cute, but she's trying to dig under the blankets where there's no blanket. Everyone can say hi to the dog if they want. I'll make sure she gets lots of pets. Oh my gosh, Meta, what? No one submitted Nickelback? You know, I think we're just saving it for a Nickelback round. Everybody's gonna submit Nickelback. That's what I think. I should have swapped off to Nickelback, but I didn't want to. I could have. Good luck, MCS. Sounds like a very busy day. I hope you have the best luck with it. You know, I actually like the Photograph song, unironically. I'm not ashamed to admit it. Godspeed, Spider-Man. But we are just gonna get some items that we are missing. There's a couple different ways you could route this, but I will showcase all of them. Well, not all the different routes, just like where the rest of the things are hidden. We've got, like, it looks like 5 energy tanks, and I don't know how many missiles and whatnot. But we go over here, and here's the charge beam. You actually have to use a power bomb because there's another door hidden over here. What song was it? They're like, you're probably thinking of How You Remind Me. Some people think that, which I think there's an article that said that Photograph and How You Remind Me are literally the same song. I'm not sure. They're very similar songs. A lot of their catalog is the same, which is kind of why they get a lot of internet flack. Also, some people criticize artists for like you're a sellout, but it's like, you know, sometimes you just gotta pay the bills. You remind me of how you remind me of how you remind me. Well, I'm not sure how I would remind you of that. I look nothing like Chad Kroger. I could probably pass as his brother, though. Who's also in the band. Why do I know this? You don't want to know. Can I do an impression of him? You really want me to sing Nickelback on stream? Why? Look at this photograph! Every time I do it makes me laugh. How did my eyes get so red? And what the hell is on Joey's head? And there you go, that's all you get. You're welcome. Except you're not welcome. Why did I do that? You know, it's somehow turned into like the lady from Monsters Inc. Mike Wazowski, I'm watching you. Sing animals? What animals? Oh, well, we fell down here, but but there's a little birdie friend. Right here, he's a little birdie friend. And this is where you're supposed to learn the Shine Spark. He runs, he ducks, and he jumps. If you do not learn this technique, you're stuck. But over here is an energy recharge. So if you fuck up or are not at enough health to be able to pull it off, don't worry, you're not soft locked. But if you learn the Shine Spark, a lot of opportunities will show themselves. By Neon Trees. Animals by Nick. Dude, how do you know that song? There's like 5 different songs that are titled Animals, but like nobody talks about the Nickelback one. To be honest, I can't even remember it, so that's where we're at. I know a lot of Nickelback songs, but not that one. Also, there's an energy tank over there, but there is a hidden pit here, so we are gonna make sure we don't fall for that one. It's a sex song. You know, a lot of songs are about sex, especially Nickelback songs. There's one where he's singing about like following some girl home. There's another one where he's gonna beat up another guy for hitting on her. Also, for more items, we do actually have to come down here, and you'll notice over here is a save room. I'm not gonna save, but this is important for a bit, okay? You fall down in a bottomless pit, you save over there, right? All right. Now we're gonna go forward. Now, this is a little bit easier for me because I have the space jump and screw attack. But if you do not have the space jump or screw attack, this is where you learn how to wall jump. If you don't have the space jump and you save down here, you are stuck. And the only way to get out is to learn how to wall jump. So on my first playthrough, it took me forever to figure this out. But just to show it off. Also, they're teaching you to wall jump on each wall, but this is the only Metroid game that lets you wall jump off of the same wall, which is very convenient. So, but wall jumping is very difficult to learn, kind of, just because the timing's a little awkward. But once you do, it's so worth it, because that's like the gateway to faster, to like, you know, more upper level techniques. And I think that's really what like, clicked with me, because like I really liked this game and it really had an impression on me. But when I learned how to wall jump, I was like, whoa, look at how many new pathways open. So, but for now, we're gonna go back the way we came. But yeah, Pearl Jam has a song called Animals. Def Leppard has a song called Animals. Maroon 5 has a song called Animals. Neon Trees has the song called Animals. There's some other group that has a song called Animals. I don't remember the name of it, but it's the one with the wooden block where it's like... I can't do it, but he's got like a wooden block where it's like... Which is kind of alright, it's kind of but... And then if you want to have songs that are not titled Animal or Animals, but have the word animal in it, then you've got some more. You've got like Animal I've Become by 3 Days Grace. Yeah, lots of things. But also, we're gonna power bomb, and we're back in this room. So isn't that neat? And we do have to come back over here for a brief moment. Some people skip the missile tank here at the start of the game just to only have to come to this room once. But I don't mind. Just because it's nice to have a lot more weapons early on. Now, it is actually possible to get in this room without the gravity suit, because basically there's an invisible platform right here. If you land here, you're in water, so you're slow without the gravity suit, but it is, like I said, it is possible without it. You basically have to jump into it without the, like jump into the door and use your momentum. And then wall jump off of an invisible block. We're not doing that. It Wasn't Me by Shaggy. You know, I don't know how to feel about that song. I like the song, but I'm not generally one for songs where the guy's just an asshole and doesn't really take responsibility for it. You know what else someone could have submitted? The Reason by Hoobastank, which I don't like for similar reasons. He sings about how he's not a perfect person. And also, I almost straight up missed this one. What is it? Come on. He's like, I'm not a perfect person, but the reason I'm this way is because of you! Like, who? Get the fuck out of here. We are nearly done with this game. That was all the stuff in Brinstar. Basically, how I remember it is the energy tank by the charge beam with power bombs, the wall jump chute, and the stuff in blue Brinstar. But something else. This is where you come by before, and actually there's I didn't know that door was open. But I need to be in here because it doesn't have to be a power bomb. I think you can use regular bombs, but you know, using regular bombs more than once is slower than using one power bomb quickly. So that is the reason I did that. Secondly, if we bomb here, there's actually another item. This one requires the ice beam and the speed booster and some health, because you have to basically shoot these yellow things, run across them, and then shine spark. Oh, come on. There we go. There we go. See? So we're gonna jump across now. You could use the grapple beam, but I just jump. Technically, if you were up there without the grapple beam, then you'd have to jump across and just take damage with spikes. Could be a very precarious situation. One of the other items is over here. This is like one of the very first things that most people get. Because they come into this room and they're like, oh, I need something. I can't go through there. But I save it for the end, which is odd. But it's all about how many times do I want to loop around different areas. And in this case, I just want to do it one time. There's also a hidden block there that you can jump across. Now, from here, at this stage, we have gotten a lot. There's not a lot left. So what I like to do is just before I go do the endgame stuff, I go back to the ship and restock just to see what we've got. We're missing an energy tank, and what are our other totals? It looks like we have 220, 50, and 50. Now, this is actually perfect because we're missing an energy tank and we're missing 2 missile packs, but I know where they are, and they're on the way to Turian. So we're just gonna go get them. So we're not quite at 100%, but we will be very soon. The quickest way to, and I save this to the end too, because the quickest way to get through is by using the screw attack. If you don't have the screw attack, then you have to like power bomb or do some other things. Here's an energy tank, the last energy tank that we needed. Now, something to keep in mind. Both of the last missiles are right here. One of them is on the bottom left, and one of them is on the bottom right. And as you can see, all of these are drop blocks. So, what that means is if you fall on this one, or fall on that one, you'll be stuck to that one side and have to go across, like a loop around again. But if you can aim it properly, you can actually go in the middle. Right in the middle on both of these. And we made some room to be able to shoot both of them. And now, by doing that, we do not have to go all the way around. We can just get both of them. There's our 225. There's our 230. We saw we have 50 super missiles and 50 power bombs. We have all the reserve tanks. We are good. This is 100%. And because of that, there's absolutely nothing left. So without further ado, we will go do the end game. Very spooky. It's a very mysterious room. Most people will come over here by accident, and then they will walk into this room and see this mysterious looking statue. Ooh, look at this mysterious statue. What does this mean? Every time you come back, a statue is defeated. So there's Kraid gone, Fantoon gone, Dragon gone, and also Ridley. I talk faster than they actually get destroyed. So this is actually, so normally when I'm playing this game and I do like these little quick runs, I just kind of, this is a nice breather spot to just take it easy. Not that the end game isn't particularly difficult or anything. But with all of the bosses defeated, it is now time to enter Turian. You might also notice I never got the map system once, because I don't need it. But if you have never played this game, you should probably go get them. or just copy my stream, but I used a lot of different techniques. There's a save room on the right. This one is fine. You can save there. It's fine. More on that in a bit. But now, Endgame. For Metroids, you have to shoot them with ice and then shoot 5 missiles. Ice and 5 missiles. You can also use 1 super missile, but I don't like to do that. The reason is that later on, there is a missile recharge that just fills all your missiles up, but they don't fill up super missiles, and I like to save the super missiles for Mother Brain. And if you've never seen the Captain N Mother Brain, I have never watched the cartoon, but I've seen what it looks like. It is hideous. Absolutely hideous. Killing the Metroids, the baby. Those ones aren't the baby, they're babies of the baby. Also, I'm so excited for the 1,000-Year Door remake. Maybe this is how Geeky will actually finish it. She tends to just like watching the story of stuff. But anyway, there's these hoppers. You cannot defeat them. Hoppers is not their name, but that's what they're doing. So that's what I call them. Here is another Torizo, like the other ones we fought, but this one has been Thanos'd. Just turned to dust. Very ominous. We have this spooky music. It's the Super Metroid. Oh, that's the name of the game. Woo! It is a big. Also, there's not a lot we can do. It's just gonna take all our energy away. It's gonna kill us. We've got to get out of here. But wait, he's spared. Left me with 1 HP. Although to be quite honest, it'd be kind of anticlimactic if you just got hit and then used the reserve tanks. I mean, like I have the reserve tanks, so I don't have 1 HP. But it doesn't really matter because there's 2 different doors here. Let's open this one first. We'll go this way. There's a missile and an energy recharge, so don't mind if I do. I will take some of this. And there we go. Now we don't have to hear that beeping anymore. This looks similar to the Metroid Hive in Metroid 2, which makes sense. Come on. Come on, buddy. Alright. Now this save room here, this save room right here, there's a save room there. That is the point of no return. So if you go through there and you save, you're stuck here. You can never go back to the previous stuff. So let's just do this, right? This first section is reminiscent of the Metroid 1 fight, where you have to defeat these things. Although it's neat that there's little different ones. I just tank some damage. I used regular missiles for this portion, and then I used super missiles on the next part. But it's Mother Brain in a glass tube again. Oh boy. We did it! We beat the game! Alright! Woo! Woo! And she turned into a freaking dinosaur. She turned herself into a... She turned herself into a freaking dinosaur, Morty. I saw it with my own eyes. All I'm doing, though, is I'm just holding the trigger, the aim up button, and I'm just firing away. I actually make it a little game in myself. Can I use up all of my missiles and super missiles before she uses her hyper beam? So how quickly can I tap the spam button? Oh, it looks like she's charging. She's charging it. Can I use up all the things? Can I get to 0? And the answer is no. Oops. So yeah, that's when you have 100%, you literally just don't even have to worry about taking damage. You can just keep spamming. And it looks like we can get up again. I'm gonna use this plasma beam on her. It doesn't really do anything because we are locked in the ending sequence. But oh no! We're getting hit by damage! And a big spooky laser beam. Okay, so get up. Take this, you cranium cunt. I feel like Samus is the type of protagonist that absolutely would trash talk her enemies. Not at first, oh no. She would do something far more savage. She would just like completely body them and then talk shit. It's the baby. He's killing Mother Brain. He saved us, the murderer. Look at that. What a helpful little guy. I sure hope nothing happens to him. He's just a good old little guy showing her what's what. And he's coming to heal us too. Isn't that swell? She's completely paralyzed. And, you know... Oh, never mind. Is Mother Brain taking a dump? You know, it does look like that. You know, they have brainstorm. They have brain farts. Maybe this is a brain dump. You know, like when you copy over a hard drive to another thing. That's what Mother Brain is doing. But oh no! You killed my son! How dare you! But we now have the Hyper Beam. It's noble sacrifice. And at this point in this timeline of the story, the Metroids are extinct. In Fusion, Samus gets the Metroid DNA vaccine. But in Dread, they make it a point. Metroids no longer exist. I don't even really care about damage at this point. She is now gone. Turned to ashes. I've never played Other M, and I don't really plan to anytime soon or anything, but why does it take place after Super and before Fusion? Just why? Anyway, 3 minutes to escape. So, business as usual. This is probably why they have the save point before Mother Brain, in case people die in this part. We're not gonna die now. We're gonna do it. It's a little bit of a labyrinth, but it's nothing too bad. And there is one more trick up my sleeve for this, or one more little tips and tricks I got. It doesn't happen here, but also we are going to save the animals because we can't just let them die. They taught us how to shine spark. They taught us how to wall jump. Also, I think it's the canon solution. I know we talked about game theory earlier. There was one where it's like the animals are secretly X-parasites, but I don't really think that's true. Alright, so here I'm holding the run button for the speed booster. And I'm shooting as well. And I flubbed it. I messed it up, but you can shine spark right here and go straight to the top. If you run properly, you can do the shine spark right here. I didn't do it that time. It would have been cool to show off, but I am not going to rewind just to make a point because I haven't needed it for anything else in this playthrough. Sometimes I will use the rewind feature. I'm just taking super long to not really nail something quite right, or if I'm trying to get better at a certain technique. But it's hard to really say a run is valid if you do that for me. It's like, yeah, it wasn't actually that. You rewound. But for the animals, we come back to where we got the bombs, and we just shoot right here. They're all trapped here, but you can break this block, and that doesn't lead anywhere for us, but they are fine. They're going to be safe. Interestingly enough, this time we don't need to do the Alcatraz escape because there's no more bombs over here. I'm sure there's someone out there that has done it anyway just to show off. So we're heading back to our ship, and that's it. That's the game. It's done. It looks like our in-game timer is just over 2 hours. There was a couple moments where I had it paused, like dealing with the figuring out how to learn a Twitch, and when I checked the stream, and then there was like a little bit of a buffer for starting soon, but overall, not bad. I am happy with this result, but we'll sit here for the credits. Also, for a fraction of a second, you could see a little speck on the right side of the screen. From the center to the right, that is the animals. Right there, just went a little speck. That was the animals. So they're fine. The operation was completed successfully. Clear time, 1:36. A little bit slower than my usual time, but I took a little bit of time to like explain certain things and whatnot. Overall, not bad. I'm fine with this. There's a lot of things I didn't mess up. I did the Alcatraz thing pretty quickly. I did the mock ball for super missiles pretty well. I did the spore spawn skip. So overall, not bad. But yeah, this is I wanted to stream this game again for a while, and I figured, you know, why not do it today while it's the 30th anniversary. Yeah, it's probably never gonna not be my favorite game just because of how much it means to me. Because I remember distinctly like being a little preteen and wanting to get, like, I watched like YouTube videos. It's like Screw Attack's top 10 Super Nintendo games, and they're like, Super Metroid is the greatest SNES game of all time. And I was like, wow, I want to play that. But I didn't have a Super Nintendo or the game, and I didn't even have like Wii Virtual Console or anything like that. So I was like, I want to get into this series that's super good. And then it was like, all right, well, too bad. Just play the NES one. So it's like, all right, I'll do it. And then I did it. And then I played this one eventually, and it was great. And then I kept playing it. I don't know how many times I've beaten this. It's probably been like 100. It's got to be like that or something. But I just want to thank everybody who's been here watching. It's a pleasure. I hope everything ran somewhat fine and that you were all entertained. It looks like the credits are jumping up and down a little bit on the stream, but I think that's just how the Switch records data, because some capture software runs at 60 FPS, where the Switch retro stuff is only 30, so sometimes some of the frame skips are due to that. But yeah, I can't wait for the next time we stream in the year 2029 for the game's 35th anniversary, because we don't stream very often. I'd like to change that at some point, maybe. It's just a little bit tough because we have work and things like that. Because we beat the game, the requirement for the best ending, which is Samus getting a little bit cozy, is 3 hours. You have to beat the game under 3 hours for this sequence. And then I think it's like between 3 to 5 is helmet removed. But your rate for collecting items is 100%. See you next mission, which wouldn't happen for 8 years. The this was the last Metroid game for 8 years when Prime released, and people were scared of it. But yeah, with that being said, I think this is a good spot to wrap things up. Thank you all again for watching. I really appreciate it. And I hope you all have a wonderful evening. Bye! Thank you, Doug and Doof and Geeky and MCS and everybody else who showed up briefly. Woo!